Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
All right, friends, welcome to Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. I say that with a collective sigh of relief to be here. Again, there's so many people that watch the show on cable or later in the day or at another point that it almost makes no sense for me to reference that I was running a little late this morning or even acknowledge it because, you know, the people that are going to be with us live, and there's several right now, they understand that things can happen. But at the sake of keeping things open and transparent with you, today's show is brought to you by aggravated 4-year-old, Starbucks, and the word sleep. What is it? So you ever have one of those mornings when you're just late, right? And it doesn't matter how fast. I'm pretty sure, by the way, spoiler alert, pretty sure the speed car on Fulham got me. So City of Muscatine, thank you for that insult to injury. I might just try and fight it just because, even though I saw it as I cruised past over the speed limit. I don't even know what the speed limit is on Fulham, but when you're running late, I think I was going every bit of 35. So am I admitting that I was speeding on live TV right now? I was, because I was running late. And I wasn't going 100 miles an hour, but there sat the RoboCop, right? Just right there. Trying to zigzag from one place to another, taking two kids in two different locations across town, and boom, RoboCop. Was just, I wish it was the actual RoboCop because I would have stopped and took a selfie with him. So regardless, we're here and we're going to have a lot of fun. We've got 2 sets of guests this morning, and that's the way that I like it. I hope you had a good Labor Day. A lot of you probably had the day off. Hy-Vee was open. We had the return of Mega Meet Monday. It was very busy in here, and I was at work for a couple hours yesterday and then went home and wrestled with the kids, if you'll have it. So without further ado, I feel like besides a nice Starbucks, what I could use this morning is some high impact exercising. I'm trying to think of a good segue to bring Scott Schultz on with Impact Athletic Performance. It's so good to have you back on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
One of the places I took my daughter this morning was to the old Washington School, where she goes to daycare, and that is where Impact Athletic Performance is located. I was looking at the sign for your business as I'm speeding to get from one place to the other. So how are you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. As I looked at today's September 3rd.
Yeah, already.
We opened up Impact December 3rd of last year, so we're 9 months.
Moly.
I mean, all of a sudden we've blinked.
Yeah.
And in 3 months it's going to be a year, and so that is something that we're
wild?
really excited about.
You're coming up on a year of going after it and helping people improve their lives. The website's on the screen. In addition to that, Muskie Golf Coach, and I want to mention that towards the back half. But
yes.
So Scott, it seems like it's always a good time for people to consider their health. And what I like about what you're able to do is you can work with someone that maybe hasn't found themselves in a gym setting for a while, and then at the same time you could work with people that are relatively athletic or more active. Like, it seems like there's something for everybody that you can offer with Impact Athletic Performance.
Yeah, it's the full spectrum. We have, back in my YMCA days when I was doing boot camp, getting some carryover from those fine folks.
Sure.
And so they're used to my style of coaching, but also to the fact that I've improved immensely over these past 2 years. And so, you talk about the full spectrum of regular athletes. And at Impact, everyone's an athlete.
Sure.
We go with the Bill Bowerman quote from a co-founder of Nike that if you have a body, you're an athlete.
Sure.
And shortly, we'll start talking about movement patterns and what those mean being an athlete. But to the person that is looking for that entry point into fitness, making them feel comfortable in regards to the workouts, but even going a step previous to that, understanding their body mechanics, how they move in 3D space. And one of the things is that movement over lifting as much as you can. Because if you don't have the movement mechanically with your body, then there's no way you're going to be able to technique your way into a particular squat, something overhead. So that's the glory of and the real fun that I get out of watching people improve on their body their posture, how they move in 3D space.
I bet I would have a lot of, and I'm thinking of myself, like I bet I would have a lot of bad habits or bad form because I don't know movement patterns or the correct movement patterns. And I wonder if you encounter that, and it's not to say that somebody had been doing something wrong. I mean, if they were working out and being active, that's great, but what you're saying is so true, right? You know, people sometimes will get injured working out because of a bad form or the way that they're squatting or lifting something, and that's where you can really step in and say, you know what, if you do this and this, it'll actually set you up for success long term, and you'll really, I mean, it almost benefits the person, the people more to have the correct movement form, like you said, to get the full exercise. Otherwise, you know, I mean, if you had if there was a barbell in front of us or whatever, a kettlebell, I'd probably pick it up wrong. But I bet that's part of it, isn't it? Is just making sure that people understand, like, listen, I want you to have the most success and I want you to get the most out of this. And this is where we kind of have to start. Yeah. Is knowing the movements and getting through that. And then you can get on to incorporating weights and heavier weights and other... And using your own body weight, right? I think people don't understand how much you can get out of what you're already carrying with you. Maybe you don't need to pick up a bunch of kettlebells or whatever, right?
Well, exactly. And what's really fun is, and I've lost track of the number of times that people have talked to me about this, is that one is body awareness.
Sure.
But as they're going through their daily job, whether they're sitting at a desk or have a sit-to-stand desk, courtesy of our friends through H&I.
Pretty cool, right?
But whether they're cutting hair, whatever they're doing, all of a sudden they understand how, from a posture standpoint, how bad they have been. And so now understanding body awareness, creating more of this neutral hips, how do I hold my shoulders as I'm even standing? Those are the fun things to hear when they come back into class and say, I talked to such and such that I work with about this and that, about what we're doing, and showed them. They didn't quite understand it, but I'm really excited in regards to what I feel.
Absolutely.
And you know, fitness is so personal anyway.
Oh, totally. So can we drill into some of these movement patterns? Because, you know, I'm sitting here doing this show. I do have a desk. I'm at that quite a bit. But like yesterday, I put in, I don't know, with the Fitbit, it's 12,000 steps. I was moving around the store, getting after it. But I wonder, let's talk about these movement patterns. And then as I'm sitting here, I'm trying to make sure that I have good posture. Since you're talking about posture, I'm like, make sure my shoulders are back a little bit. But what are I don't know, how many movement patterns are there, I guess? Is there a set amount?
There are seven primal movement patterns.
All right.
And they make a lot of sense when you think about it.
Sure.
It's pushing, pulling, it's hinging at the waist to maybe lift something off the ground.
Sure.
Squat, a lunge, rotation, and the one primal movement pattern that people really don't think about is gait or locomotion, just walking. And so that's really one of the foundational principles of impact. I wanted to have you be able to walk properly. Think about as we age.
Sure.
We begin to lose our core stability. And so I think we begin to shuffle a little bit. So having that cognizant ability to be able to walking with your toes pointed forward.
Sure.
All of our bodies are different, so I don't want to peanut butter spread this.
Sure.
But understanding if we've had an issue with our hip in previous years, nothing fitness related, an old football injury, old Boy Scout injury, whatever we want to talk about, that over the time we have compensated to that side. And so now we get overuse on a particular side, the other side gets left out, and all of a sudden one side gets sore. So how do we begin to right people, getting them back to I guess a better form?
Yeah, it makes total sense. I mean, I think about aging often. My birthday is on Thursday, and I'll be 36, and it's like, okay, I don't want to be, 56 or 66, and a lot of this is stuff we can control, right? You can control diet, you can control exercise, but you also have to be willing to learn sometimes, and that's where really the 7 movement patterns, it's so important. I think I just hope people understand, like, you could have thought you were doing something right, and once you learn how to do it a correct way or a different technique, your body will be almost like, hey, thanks. Like the relief is unbelievable for sure. I mean, it's got to be a thing that you hear a lot with the folks that you're working with. I mean, you got to have so many success stories from people that are like, I'm hooked. I don't want Impact to ever, I want you to be open 7 days a week because they can't get enough, right? I mean, and that's where that word of mouth will get out, and they'll tell their friends because they're really seeing and feeling better. And that's just it, right? You want to set yourself up for success so that when you get to those, those later years, you're still an active person. I think sometimes the assumption is we're active in our in our young years. Maybe you stay active in your 30s and 40s and 50s, but then it just kind of slows down. But I don't know. I'd rather be the 85-year-old guy that can still walk around with good posture and and feel good about myself.
And it's a slow fade. It doesn't happen overnight. All of a sudden, maybe I don't want to say give a particular time period, but 6 months, maybe a year, 2 years. We've just gotten to a point where we've just forgotten about our body awareness. And like I said, listening to people as they work out, talking about, oh, this happened yesterday.
Right.
I was thinking about you as I was lifting this package off of the ground, or I was reaching to the top shelf to get something. My rib positioning, my shoulders, where it was. It's really, it just brings a smile to my face. It's really fun.
Can you give us any examples of? You have like a sketch. I'm cheating and looking at your notes, and I don't know if there's something that you want to show the folks that are watching, because and then I definitely want to talk about getting into good habits and the fact that it's not going to be an overnight thing. Right. You need to commit to a change, and you have to do it every day. As someone that June 2018 started the diet, by September, by my birthday of last year, I had lost 100 pounds. Okay. So it can you can make a change.
Yes.
But that that was a couple of months. I just want people to understand that it doesn't happen overnight. But can we start with maybe an example or two of? How am I doing right now? My posture okay? Selfishly.
Well, selfishly, yes. Yeah. You're fine. And when we look at if you want to go back to the caveman, the hunter-gatherers, how did they go after food? They were throwing, which is more of the push motion. Sure. They were squatting. They all around trying to find their next meal. Sure. As we've progressed into the digital age, what has happened? We sit quite a bit. Oh, sure. And so that puts our hips in flexion, and we get really, really tight hips. Cell phones. So what else do we do? We're here.
Right.
And what do? We round our shoulders. We get hunched over when we're typing at our desk. What do? We're getting here. So what I'll show you today is, I think we're going to have to be a little bit more interactive maybe in future times.
Sure.
But at least what we can talk about today with the upper body, in regards to just some basic stretches in the chair. So you're talking about how's my posture? Are you rounded over here?
I want to be rounded.
So are we able to bring our shoulders back, setting them down to where we're engaging more of our upper back?
I feel that already just doing that.
Yeah, and you know what? Wow. It also opens up the lungs, so we're actually able to breathe better. So there's a lot of positivity to that.
And you're saying people can do this when you're sitting in a chair, right? I mean, these are just a couple of. But it's just nice, right? Because there are a lot of folks that are going to have that 8 to 9 hours where their range of they can't do a lot. So and stuff that they can do that at least will help their posture and how they're holding themselves, and then you get into an impact athletic performance. You know what I mean? That's that full circle, because it's one thing to come see you and for folks to get after it, but they really have to carry that throughout the course of the day. Right?
Exactly.
You can't just put in an hour with Scott and then go, well, I'm going to go back to my bad posture, my bad form. I mean, that's where it becomes a lifestyle thing, right?
Absolutely. And then not only do we have desk jobs.
Sure.
Think about we still have to as we're lying in bed.
Right.
We're not exactly the most mobile people in the world as we get up. But you think about, now we have to drive to work.
Sure.
Hey, guess what? We're still sitting. We're in flexion. There's ways to be able to sit correctly in a seat. I mean, we're not going to,
Right. That's kind of how I was driving this morning when the speed camera got me.
You might have been whole NASCAR
I was probably
thing,
just like this.
wheels
Yeah.
up, yeah,
I
elbows
was
up.
super tense, yelling at a 4-year-old, "Put your shoes on!" So I had a lot of bad form this morning.
And so, then we walk a little bit, getting into our
Sure.
desk job, and we're always sitting. I don't have a good percentage of time, but think about it, 60-80% of your day is sitting.
I don't want to think about it because it's true. And that, I mean, I have the benefit of working at a place where I can get up and I try, right? And God bless the Fitbits of the world, because I try and get up and be active, and even if it's just walking, and I think that can be such a big thing. But maybe you could talk about the gait and how are you stepping? How are you walking? Do you want to go on a walk but you feel sore? I mean, that's where Scott can really help you if you're watching and you feel like you're doing something right, but man, you go for a walk along the river and something still just doesn't feel right. It could be as easy as how you're stepping, Scott, right? I mean,
Absolutely. What if we step wrong?
Right, yeah.
What if we, we're not paying attention, we're looking around, all of a sudden 2 inches of a
Right.
change in the concrete or the path.
Yep.
And do we have the ability in our body to be able to recover from that little stumble, or do we fall?
Yeah.
But thinking about just a couple basic movements, and would I prefer you to be out of the chair doing this? Sure. But if there's times that we are stuck in the chair, the first one. So there again, it's good posture, and a lot of our posture is based off of our hips.
Right. You keep coming back to the hips. It's making me real self-conscious.
If
my hips don't lie, like Shakira said.
There you go.
I hope not.
Well, or like Chubb from Happy Gilmore.
That's
it's
right.
all in the hips. All in the hips. But being able to have pelvic control, and this is just the hips being able to move back and forward.
Sure.
And I don't want to dive deep into the technical terms, anterior tilt. What happens is our lower back is extended, and all of a sudden our chest flares out. So when we talk about posture, it's being able to move the hips underneath us, bringing the ribs down.
Wow.
And
I'm just watching you do this, and I'm like, he's moving stuff. It's happening right here. Like you're bringing the ribs down. Yeah.
So the first one, just from an upper body standpoint, go ahead and take your right hand. Grab the left side of the chair.
There's no way I'm going to be able to reach the chair.
Yeah. Or grab your thigh. Grab your thigh. That's fine.
Got it.
Left hand straight up.
Okay.
And then all we're going to do is just bring our bicep to our ear and then stretch to the right. This just opens up the side. Down lats, down to external obliques.
Just from doing that. Something moved and cracked. It sounded like somebody kicked a metal garbage can when I did that. So there's a lot of, right? I mean, I definitely can benefit from, but just simple movements like that.
And now bringing something, so we have 3 planes of motion.
Sure.
Like here again, I don't want to dive deep into the weeds. We have frontal, we have sagittal, we have rotational. So what else we can do now? It might be a little bit difficult with the mic in front, but I can demonstrate this. What we would do is we're going to set the shoulders. We're going to have the hands behind us.
Okay.
And all we're going to do is have our elbows on the table.
I'm going to let Scott do this one. Yeah.
And we're just trying to get a little bit of stretch through the shoulder. But from here, being able to rotate up.
Sure.
So right now, my hips are locked. There's very little compensation coming from that. I'm pushing through this right side. I'm rotating up. I'm incorporating the breath of inhaling.
Yep.
And exhaling back down. A few reps either side during your workday.
Genius.
That makes all the difference in the world.
This is a big deal. And
it's huge.
Scott, with what you've done for almost a year with Impact Athletic Performance, chasing the dream, helping people, sharing what you've learned, continuing to learn. I imagine you've only learned more over the last 9 months, right?
Yes.
And then being able to incorporate that. And it's just nice to know that you can help people that have been that have maybe been athletes their whole life, or someone that's really just trying to make a change. I wonder, for folks that are watching that want to come to a class, or we've shown the website, we've shown Facebook, schedule, Are there certain times during the day, before work, after work, weekends? What do we have?
Bulk of the workouts or the bulk of the classes are on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Okay.
So we have the early risers, 5:30 in the morning, which is our performance impact class.
Okay.
That is more of that traditional boot camp style.
Sure.
Now, granted, all the classes have 10 to 15 minutes of mobility.
Sure.
We never start without doing mobility. Then there is mobility impact at 6:30 and 4:30.
Perfect.
On Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Performance class. And we work with stay-at-home moms that drop their kids off. So it used to be at 7:30 when class was when there were no classes. Now we've moved that one to 8 o'clock.
Perfect.
And so now they're able to drop off the kids and stop by. That's a performance impact class. 11:30 and then 5:30 in the afternoon. That's the bulk of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Golf mobility, we have Tuesday and Thursday at 4:30.
Awesome.
Another performance impact at 5:30, just in case you missed a Monday.
Sure.
And then on Saturday mornings, we have a recovery class.
Okay.
Recovery that's never really the same class twice.
Awesome.
Just trying to get you unjunked from the week and set a path for the weekend. That's at 7:30. I have golf mobility at 8:30, which we start getting the golf team boys started on that on Saturday mornings, and then another performance class at 9:30. So that's the bulk of the class. We're looking at adding another class here in November. Not going to talk about that one yet.
Cool.
That'll be my teaser.
Nice. I like it.
Really, really, really excited about that to fill in some scheduling gaps that we have.
Wow, this is awesome. There's a lot going on at Impact Athletic Performance. If you're watching and you want to learn more, visit the website, find Scott on Facebook, Impact Athletic Performance, right on Maiden Lane, 610 Maiden Lane, former Washington school. And you're doing a lot of good work. I can't believe it's almost been a year, though, when you said that. I keep coming back to that because I remember the first time you were on the show, and, whether it was in December or January, it's unbelievable how quickly time goes by, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And I'm super happy for you.
Thank you.
Can you give us the 30-second or so Muskie Boys golf update? Seems like you've got some talent on the team.
We absolutely have some talent, and I think they really they surprised themselves and their coach early on in the year. We had a tie for second in our own Muskie invite.
Awesome.
We've been consistently 30 and 40 strokes better at this point in time than last year.
That's fantastic.
Led by our captain and senior James Solt, two sophomores who were returning from last year, Doug Custis, Grant Valiant, two incoming freshmen that went from the freshman qualifier to a varsity spot, John Becker and Mikey Henderson.
That's exciting.
Alex Chartier is in there as a junior playing. So a lot of good things. Another ball to juggle during.
Sure, I was going to say. I mean, this
being a business owner,
busy time of the year, but it's important to talk about. We can get caught up very easily in football, but golf is happening. You have athletes that will and have gone on to the next level. Some even being able to pay for their schooling with some scholarships, and it's just one of those things, right? I mean, there's a lot of opportunity in Muscatine, and you do a great job with coaching that golf team, and then obviously staying busy. Schedule, my gosh.
And there's also the social life. So
my
girlfriend Autumn, she's been incredible in regards to even helping out during this time. We've recruited a couple people that have taken our classes to be able to help coach. So this is a little bit of a community effort for sure. And I wanted to make sure one of the questions you had posed prior to the golf team conversation is, how do you get a hold of me? Go to impactathleticperformance.fit.
Okay.
First class is always free.
Cool.
First class is always free.
Awesome.
So just register an account through the website.
Okay.
Pretty easy to do that.
Yeah.
Sign up for any of the free classes, and then we can talk more whether there's personal training that needs to have an involvement before we start. I have people wanting to do that. So
I love it. Well, I can't wait to see what's coming next, and if you want to announce that as we get closer to November. I mean, we're sitting here September 3rd, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And definitely follow Scott online at impactathleticperformance.fit, F-I-T, on Facebook. I appreciate your time. You're going to come on once a month. We'll get more active. I'll get out of the chair.
yes. We're going to do assessments. I want to do an assessment on you if I don't have an assessment of your previous. But we're going to talk, what I really want to talk about.
Husky, that's the assessment. Put on some weight after losing a lot of weight.
But I want to talk about how people push their grocery carts.
How
they carry their grocery bags out to the car, how they mow their lawn. All of this stuff
cutting the
really
grass.
excites me, and really, I want to put our Muscatine community into a better position to be the best that they can be.
I have to cut my grass probably today, and the last time I cut it, my back hurt. So this is something real. I mean, honestly, who knew that you could be pushing your lawnmower incorrectly? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Wait till we start talking about that 4-letter S word that comes in later in the year.
Oh, no, I don't want to think about it.
And about shoveling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Scott is the first person on this show to mention snow. I'm not taking credit for that. It's good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Scott Schultz, Impact Athletic Performance. .fit. It's awesome. All right, we're going to the Toyota Muscatine Cart Cam. Steve has that ready to go. I wonder if Steve can hear me. There's Naria and Kayla. They're going to come over in just a second. All right, Steve. So let's do this. Let's head out and let's go. I'm feeling fit. I'm feeling skinny, Tony. Let's go to the produce department. It's right outside the Market Grill Express where we're doing the show. And let's just look at some good fruits and vegetables, right? You can always incorporate those into your diet, and super happy with the work that Brian Mueller and his team do here every single day to get folks taken care of. So there's Toby Lehman working hard. You can see some bananas. These guys, they just always have something going on, right? Look at the lifting that they're doing. Right. Can we help Toby be a better lifter? The answer is yes. So, Steve, if you go straight and then hang a left where we kind of can see some greens, that would be perfect. And then we'll get Naria and Kayla over here in just a moment. They probably didn't know that we moved the set. Did you know that? That's okay. Yeah, I figured. I was just going to send the cart cam to find Naria and Kayla. I was so close to doing that. Isn't that a what?
Illegal.
What is illegal?
For you to have that cart cam.
It's totally legal. We're not videoing anybody's faces. We got... Listen, Naria's coming in hot over here.
We got vegetables.
We got vegetables. What, are we going to offend the vegetables? Naria Strickland, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, making her final appearance on the Hy-Vee Today show. We're going to get her mic'd up here in just a second. Anyways, back to the cart cam and the produce department. Looking great. Always a lot of good options. And, don't forget. And Steve is almost near some organic produce. Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday. You can save 10% tomorrow on Wednesday. I keep forgetting that it's Tuesday already. I like this. Even though I worked yesterday, it still kind of feels like a shorter week if you'll have it, everybody. So there is the produce department showing some of Matt Schweitzer's favorite vegetables. He loves them all. Cauliflower, some leeks, maybe cabbage, carrots. All the vegetables I can name, asparagus, and more. All right. I guess for lunch I'm just going to get a thing of asparagus and take a bite. Let's get to our next guests who are here, and they're ready to roll. And Naria Strickland, I already mentioned, coming in hot. Naria is here. Kayla Beneful is here. We're talking Lutheran Living Senior Campus and the Lutheran Living Classic Car Show. Kind of like part 2, right? Yeah. Let's do some high fives. Great to see both of you. We've known each other for a while. A couple of months ago, we had the car show at Lutheran Living Senior Campus. It rained a little bit.
A little?
Just a little. And I like that it rained. We had about 30 minutes where it didn't rain, but it rained a lot. So they decided, the ladies and the crew at Lutheran Living Senior Campus, to bring it back. And the car show is this Sunday, September 8th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Even with the rain the first time, we still had a good turnout. We still had a good time. I won a silent auction basket, which was cool.
Which one did you win?
The one that had the different beer in it and some glasses.
Yeah,
my wife was super excited. So what do folks need to know? Have we incorporated anything different into this car show this Sunday?
We have, actually.
Okay.
So it's Grandparents' Day Sunday.
Is it really?
Yeah, September 8th.
Awesome. I didn't know that.
So with the car show, we are going to do an ice cream social.
I love it.
From noon to 2 inside our transitional care center. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be free for the public. And all the toppings and ice cream. And
can I just say that I miss my grandparents dearly. And for people that are fortunate to have grandparents, like Kayla, you have probably
I
you're
do,
so
yes.
young. That's me assuming, right? But
You're not going to ask me if I have grandparents?
Well,
Because I'm not so young.
well, Naria, you have a granddaughter, right?
I have one, yes.
One, yes. Who I was bidding against on a couple silent auction items at the
Yes,
last
you were.
Lutheran. So at least come to watch Tony bid against a kid in silent auction items at the car show this Sunday. Facebook event is right there. I didn't know it was Grandparents' Day. I love it. I gotta tell you, I had somebody ask me a question this past Sunday when we had the Hy-Vee car show. They said, "Is the Lutheran Living one just for classic cars?" And I said, "No. It's open to if you've got a brand new Dodge Challenger that you're super proud of, bring it out, right?"
If you have a Pinto,
Yes,
bring it out.
a Pinto.
Do you remember those?
I do remember those.
Barely.
Well, I always say that my first car, if I could still find it, not that it would really be car show worthy, but I had a 1985 Buick Riviera, which was kind of like a sled, 2-door. I looked pretty cool driving it. I don't want to brag. But here's the thing. There are a lot of people within the Muscatine County area that have these vehicles, and they love showing them off. My boss, Matt Schweitzer, being one of them. He's got like a 1957 Chevy. That is kind of what my first car looked like. That's a great color, way better color than what I had. I had tan, but
Like
look
a
at that.
baby blue.
Right. I'm telling you, Kayla, that was a sled back in the day. So if you've got a classic car or truck or even maybe an old school motorcycle, bring it out. And the entry fee is $10. And let's talk about the entry fee because it's all going towards a good cause. We're still trying to get a golf cart. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and the golf cart would be used to take folks around the Lutheran Living Senior
Campus.
Campus, right?
Yes.
Because you have a big plot of land, and
is.
your parking lot is perfect for a car show. You have a great setup, and we just need folks at this point to come out. Even if you don't have a classic vehicle, listen, this is for you. A lot of time to stop by on Sunday, 10 to 3. 50-50 raffle. You do have more silent auction stuff? Mm-hmm. So I can bid on more things?
Yeah.
That's really exciting because I do love bidding in a good
have
silent auction.
About 20, I'd say around 20 baskets.
This is,
Again,
we're talking about the second car show. I mean, what was the first one in June? I can't remember.
Yes.
It was
in June.
Father's Day weekend.
Father's Day weekend. Okay, good call. So if you're watching this Sunday, September 8th, Lutheran Living Senior Campus Car Show. All right, 50-50 raffle. Food trucks last time. Oh my gosh. You had an ice cream food truck. Are they coming back?
I haven't heard confirmation from them.
Okay, those guys were just super cool from Davenport.
Yeah,
They
were.
they were awesome.
That's really different ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it? I had like a blueberry ice cream. I never had that before in my
Yeah,
life.
it was
And then
all
they had these
homemade.
ice cream sandwiches that
Yes.
were
Yeah.
holy
Yeah,
moly.
they were
So, do you know who we have for food trucks confirmed for Sunday?
Yeah, currently we have
Okay.
Tradesman's Pizza
Cool.
Company, and
Okay.
they're newer food truck to Muscatine area.
Okay,
If you check them out on Facebook, their pizza looks delicious.
awesome.
And then we have the Trails End that came last time that had tacos.
Those
and
tacos were good.
all kinds of
Yeah, they were.
food.
Yeah, that was super cool. I want to ask, at this point, people still have time to, I don't know if you want them to call you ahead of time and say, hey, I'm going to be there and I've got a 1972 Cutlass convertible or whatever, because they can show up day of
Yes.
and register, right?
Yep. And I've had people call and say, can I just register the day of? And
Yeah.
Like, of course, yeah, just come
Yeah.
by and that'll be fine.
And the good news is you have, again, plenty of space to accommodate. I mean, I'd love to see at least 50 different vehicles lined up and ready to go. How are
that'd be
things
nice.
going, Naria, outside of getting ready for the car show on Sunday? How are things at Lutheran Living Senior Campus? Good shot of kind of the entryway. Are you at capacity with respects to taking care of folks? Do we have any openings if people are looking for care options for a family member?
Our TCC is basically a revolving door.
Sure.
So, I mean,
TCC, Transitional Care
Thank
Center,
you.
for the folks at
very
home.
good.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We have people, our average length of stay is roughly, I think, 10 days to 2 weeks.
Okay.
So it's not very long at all.
Sure.
And we've had people that have come in for 4 days and
Sure.
they're ready to go home. So, I mean, that area is definitely coming and going all the time.
Yeah. And that TCC, Transitional Care Center, is, and correct me if I'm wrong, someone, and it's, of course, it's going to say it on the screen, so I can't get it wrong, but if someone had a surgery, illness, injury, hospitalization, rather than going straight from the hospital to back home, this is an opportunity for them to, I mean, I think we really take for granted if you have a procedure, you know, you're not going to be back on your feet right away or doing the same things right away. So this really gives them time, but even more so than that, peace of mind.
Yes.
So that they can feel confident when they do, right, go back home.
Yes.
And that TCC, Transitional Care Center, is state-of-the-art, a couple years old. The rooms are massive. And I just encourage folks, if you're coming to the car show, get a tour of the entire Lutheran Living Senior Campus, because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how massive it is and all the different services that you're able to offer. If we keep it right there, Chad, for a second, I mean, just check this out with rehabilitation therapies, physical, speech, occupational, respiratory, nutrition counseling, right? I mean, this isn't just, right, there's no...
It's not just therapy.
Blanket statement that you can make for everything that happens at Lutheran Living Senior Campus. So TCC, opportunities for folks to get in there if they need it, and then how about the rest of the business? Are we at capacity? I don't know how...
Full.
Pretty full? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's always best to just probably reach out and ask.
You never know.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Things change daily.
I was going to say, there's never, it's never boring, right? There's
No.
always something going on.
Never boring.
Always.
Yeah, and sometimes it's 2 car shows in a year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, the goal next year for 2020 would be to just have 1 car show
Yes.
with perfect weather. I mean, we look outside right now, and it looks like today's going to be a pretty good day. And that's all we need, right? If you have a classic car, if you're proud of it, or if you just have a cool dad van like I do, and you want to bring it out. And it's nice to know, again, that $10 entry fee is going to go towards the cost of a golf cart. I don't know how much golf carts are. I don't imagine they're cheap, right?
No,
$1,000?
especially, I think what we're looking at is like a 6-seater,
Oh, sure.
so it's a bigger one.
Yeah.
So yeah, more than, we're
Yeah.
talking
Like
up there.
Couple
10,000,
bucks.
Yeah.
$10,000. Wow.
I think is one's average price I've seen.
No, so and if you think about it, I mean, what else are you going to be doing on Sunday? Seriously, the majority of folks in our area are like Chicago Bears or Green Bay Packers fans. They play on Thursday, which is also my birthday, and so come Sunday. Come Sunday, you don't want to watch the rest of the NFL games. They're boring. You want to go to a car show that supports a good cause in town at a great place. I'm looking forward to being there, playing some tunes again, and checking out the silent auction. So please show up to at least bid against me, because I will be an active bidder. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I haven't mentioned. Yard games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like bag toss.
Yeah,
and
good.
all the stuff that you do.
I'm really bad
tailgates and stuff.
I'm really bad at bags, but I talk a lot of smack. So I would be happy if someone wants to challenge me to bags. Please come out and do that. Anything else coming down the pike that we're working on? I know that it's important. A lot of this, as much as this is an opportunity for people to show off their cars, it is about bringing people to Lutheran Living Senior Campus, and maybe this would be their first time. They show up with a classic car and they've never been there, and all of a sudden they learn about everything that goes on. So outreach is a big deal, and having people understand that you have a wide range of services that can be provided, right?
Yes,
and I think
absolutely.
that's important, is for folks to understand exactly what's going on. And if it's a car show that brings them there for the first time, that's great, right?
And we have an awesome team.
Yes, you do. You have, it
They have
seemed
a lot
like
of fun.
everybody was there
Yeah.
in June, and everybody seems to work really well together. And I don't want to say I know all of the staff at Lutheran Living Senior Campus, but I know a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Dave in here just the other day, the second Dave Armstrong. Only in
Yes.
Muscatine can you have, two Dave Armstrongs.
And his brother's name is Steve.
Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Yeah, it's a great team. Any employment opportunities, by the way? That's one thing I don't think I've ever asked you. Because as much as there goes on,
It seems like it's the season. I know we're hiring CNAs, some nurses.
Awesome.
I think some dietary staff as well.
Perfect. So maybe a job opportunity as well.
Yeah.
And you could work with
definitely.
Kayla and Naria.
Yeah.
And the first test when you go there is, can you spell Kayla's last name without looking at the screen? And the answer for me would be, no chance. Do we have it spelled right? Is it good up there? Can you see it?
Yep.
All right, Naria's.
Right.
There's no way I could ever spell Naria's name wrong because we've known each other for just a couple of years now. All right, have I missed anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, so again, this car show, and Chad, if you could come in on this flyer, I just want people to understand whether you have, I'm trying to think what I saw, a 1947 Chevy truck.
Oh,
So whether you've got like a car from 47 or a car from 2019, bring it out, show it off, and support a good cause, right? Entry fee is $10, and it's all going to go towards helping to purchase a golf cart to get folks safely transported around Lutheran Living Senior Campus. It's awesome. This Sunday, starting at 10 a.m.
I think last time we had like a 1920.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I don't remember what it was, but it was, yeah.
That's super cool. You can see the sponsors on the bottom: AJ's Garage, Kirk Butcher Plumbing and Heating, Affordable Heating and Air, and everything that's going to be going on. This is great. So, and I'm making sure that this is clear because I was asked on Sunday if it was only for classics, and I said no, it's not. So feel free again if you've got something that is newer-ish, or if it's that.
Or motorcycles or trucks.
Yeah, right. Bring it out.
Or tricked out golf carts.
Yeah.
Or tricked out golf
You
carts.
never know. I live in Wapello. We have a lot of them.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, it seems like Wapello and Wilton, a lot of people driving golf carts.
It's legal.
Each time.
You
Right,
can.
I know
You
it
can
is.
drive them on the street.
Nobody likes a golf cart more than I do. And it breaks my heart to know that the place that I used to work has it's kind of an older golf cart, but nobody uses it. Right? Place that I used to work, nobody uses it. I should just offer them like $200. Let
Yeah.
me buy that golf cart.
I
And
just
then
sold
you know what I
mine.
do? I donate it to Lutheran Living Senior Campus. How about that? That would be nice, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
that'd
All
be
right.
wonderful.
If it's not you, if it's someone you know that has a classic car, or if you've got that brand new car that you're super proud of, show it off this Sunday, starting at 10 a.m., goes till 3 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. We just need the weather to cooperate.
Yes.
Silent auction items,
Ice
food
cream
trucks,
social.
ice cream social, Grandparents' Day.
Yeah, bring your grandma.
Are there any grandparents out there that would like soon-to-be 36-year-old grocery store talk show host as their honorary grandson? I'm available. Okay, I make pretty good small talk. Got a pretty sweet goatee, and a 4-year-old kid that would be your honorary great-grandson that almost had me late for work today.
Oh.
So
That's their job.
yeah, is there a job for a 4-year-old at Lutheran Living Senior Campus? Can you just put him to work? He needs.
I think that's against the law.
Is it though? If I volunteer him. All right, Caleb Beneful, Naria Strickland. We're looking forward to it. Good time this Sunday. Bring out that car. Bring out that truck. Bring out that bike. Bring out that golf cart from Wapello. I don't know if you could safely drive a golf cart from Wapello. Most of them don't go that fast, but it'll be a good time. I'll be there, and we're looking forward to making progress on getting that golf cart to get the folks transported. It's a good place for sure. And yes, that transitional care center is absolutely impressive. I can't say enough about Lutheran Living Senior Campus. It's a really great place, and the improvements that have been made over the last 5 to 7 years. I mean, the technology, you're right there with
Huge.
everything.
Yeah.
And it's a really fantastic amenity to have in Muscatine when we talk about caring for people that we love, right? I mean, that's why your team is so good, because the folks that work there, I mean, you're being trusted to help folks, family members, or right? I mean, ultimately, that's what it's all about is helping people. And listen, I'm turning 36 on Thursday, so I'm not getting any younger, right? I mean, we're all. This is a reality, and it's just we need places like Lutheran Living Senior Campus to be in Muscatine, and I hope that y'all will stop by on Sunday after 10 a.m. for the car show. I appreciate both of your time. Thank you for being here.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you Sunday.
Yes.
Looking
Awesome.
forward to it. Kayla's going to be handling all the announcements. She didn't know that, but that's
No.
fine.
Okay.
Hi, you're hired, everybody. And Naria will be there running the show. No, she won't be running the show, but you'll be there, right?
I'll be there.
Showing off her golf cart. All right, let's go, if we could, CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, and we'll let Kayla and Naria go to work, I guess. I'm going to keep this flyer.
I guess so.
Okay. I don't want you to go to work, but listen, it's part of life, right? Looking at some magazines, right? Yeah, how about that? That's aisle 10, if I'm not mistaken. I always forget about that aisle. Not that I forget about the aisle, but just the fact that we've got the magazines and books and everything. So, right, you can check that out. And the card aisle, yes, Kayla reminding me that if I ever need a card, I can find it there as well. That's absolutely fantastic. The card aisle, everybody. Yeah, so if it's somebody's birthday on Thursday, you could get them a card in the card aisle. 36, Naria. Yeah. You thought I was older. Perfect. All right. Well, that makes me feel good. I got to work on my posture. Talk about Scott Schultz being in here with my posture, and now Naria's saying that I look, older than 36. I was hoping she was going to say you look younger than 36, but that's all right. All right. So kind of behind the 8 ball on getting stuff emailed over to Chad with running a little late. I will mention a couple of things. We've got a new month and a new season's magazine. So Hy-Vee, you might have got this in your mail. If you didn't get it in your mailbox, you can find it here in the store. It's a free magazine. It has Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes on it. Hy-Vee has a good partnership with the Chiefs. And then you open it up, and there's just fantastic recipes and even some coupons in here. Of course, there'll be a story about Patrick Mahomes. You can see how you can save money with all the That Smart branded items. This is a good-looking magazine. Definitely takes a lot of effort to get it. Oh, look at that, to get this done. I haven't, to be honest, this is the first time I've looked through it. This is a cake. Look at this. This is a cake that looks like a grill. We got some we have folks in the Hy-Vee bakery that could do that for you, right? I mean, if you find yourself looking for stuff, I want you to check this out. And then right on the back, right? Flu shot, 20 cents. Yeah, you saw me get the flu shot. That video is on the Facebook page. Still haven't got the 20-cent fuel saver, let the record state. Maybe I'll do that today. Go over to the pharmacy. Can I get my fuel saver? They'll say, where you been, Tony? So this is the brand new Seasons magazine, comes out monthly, and you can pick it up at the register, or you may have found it in your mailbox. Amber Calvin says, get to work, ladies. Oh, that's funny. Talking, of course, to Kayla and Naria. They're going to work, Amber. They'll be there in just a minute, I think. Hopefully they don't take the long way, right? All right. I guess I'll mention, because some of this, I haven't really updated this stuff, but here's what I'll mention. We're in the Market Grill Express. This is a fun place to come for lunch or dinner. And this past Saturday, right, college football returned, and my wife and I sat right here at the bar and watched the first half of the Iowa Hawkeye game, and it was awesome. We had this appetizer buffet. Holy smokes. For $10, it was an unbelievable deal. Half-price draft beers. What I'm getting at is this Saturday, Iowa Hawkeye football, 11 a.m., ready to go. You could come for breakfast for $8.99 and then stay. I mean, if you really think about it, for $8.99, awesome breakfast buffet. Then at 11 o'clock, between 11 and 11:30, they'll flip the breakfast buffet for all the football stuff. Hawkeyes kick off at 11. Next Saturday, the 14th, it's Iowa State at 3 o'clock. Fun place to watch the game. You know, we had a bunch of stuff from Bud Light and 7G that we gave away. So if you're looking for a spot to watch Iowa Hawkeye football, I would recommend doing it right here in the Market Grill Express. Also, something that happened on Friday of last week, I should mention this, we had the first kick for cash during halftime of the Muskie football game, and an opportunity to win potentially $10,000, right? So that was a lot of fun. Next Muskie home football game is Friday, September 13th. You show up to the game, you sign up in the little white tent that's manned by the Discover Muscatine folks, and you could have a chance to kick for cash during halftime. You have to make 3 field goals from the 10-yard line, 20, and 30. Matt Fillmore was our first contestant last Friday. He missed his first attempt, and then for fun, he kicked again, and he absolutely nailed it. So this is awesome and a great opportunity to support the Muskies, who suffered a tough loss their first game. Muskies travel to Cedar Rapids this Friday for the second game of the season. So home game for the Muskies next Friday, September 13th. Don't miss out on that. All right. What about the deal at the gas station? Yeah, I'll mention this, and then maybe we'll get out of here. So at Hy-Vee Gas, right across the parking lot, if you pump 10 gallons or more, go inside, and I did this the other day. I got 10 cents put back on my fuel saver. So this is through October 1st, right? The old deal was 5 cents. We've upped it to 10 cents. So you go to Hy-Vee Gas, go inside. They scan your fuel saver, and they're putting money back on it. There is literally no place else in town that will put money back, give you money back, right, to use for your next purchase. So I used this just the other day, like I said. I pumped over 10 gallons. I got 10 cents on the fuel saver. It's awesome. It's manager special, thanks to Terry Truitt and the crew at Hy-Vee Gas. Limit once per day, available on any grade of fuel. That is awesome. And as it says at the bottom, Hy-Vee Gas has the best customer service in Muscatine County. 100% true. I don't know how they do it. They know all of their customers. Not only do they know them, they usually know their first name. I mean, just go in there for a minute and just watch people walk in. They're like, hey, Phil. Hey, Larry. Hey, I mean, Trey. I don't know. I don't know how they do it. They know everybody's name. I see people that I've known for years, and I'm like, hey, Jeff? No, it's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not good with names, but I'm working on it. All right. I feel good about where we're at. Do we have a job board that we need to get to? I don't know if we had one sent to us. We'll have to take a look. Team staffing job board. Didn't have the show yesterday because of Labor Day. We'll definitely have it tomorrow, being that it is Wednesday. All right. Last thing. How about this? Shameless plug. It's Tuesday. Each and every Tuesday night, Tuesday burger night, right here in the Market Grill Express, where all of the burgers become magically priced $8, starting at 4 o'clock. That's awesome. You know what I mean? That's a hand-patted burger. Never looks the same because it's somebody with gloves on making the hand-patted burger and putting it on and cooking it fresh, made to order. Tuesday burger night right here in the Market Grill Express, where we're sitting. You could come in and have a good time. We'll also have bingo coming up next Monday on September 9th. Just putting that on your calendar. If you've come out to that in the past, there's a little heads up for it. All right. I think I've said enough today. I'm looking at my notes. We'll get everything updated. Try to not be late tomorrow. That's the plan, at least, is to be here earlier than today. Kids running late. Made me a little late. Speed car got me. Right on Fulham. Wow. I was so mad when I saw that. I was like, it's just like I said, insult to injury. You're already running late, trying to get from point A to point B, and there's the car that I saw. RoboCop. I'd buy that for $1. RoboCop 2.0. Cruising the streets. Why not just make it a Tesla so it can just follow you? Automatic car driving around. Pull over. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing. So no speeding, everybody. That's the moral of the story for today. All right, thanks to Scott Schultz, our first guest with Impact Athletic Performance. How's your posture? How's my posture? Do I need to roll the shoulders back? I feel like there's something going on with this shoulder. It feels crunchy. I need to go see Scott and Impact Athletic Performance. I guarantee you, the first class that I go to, I will be the sweatiest person in Muscatine because you're going to be using muscles that you haven't used for a while. I don't know if you've ever done that before. And the next day you're like, what's sore behind my leg? What is that? Oh, it's a muscle that's like, I'm sorry, I've been laying dormant for all these years. Are you trying to exercise me? That's what your muscles do when you start to activate muscles that you haven't used in a while. And I know from the limited experience I have working out where it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I would be sore behind my elbow? What is that? What is that little trap down there? What's happening? Scott Schultz knows more than I do. Impact Athletic Performance coming up on a year in business here in Muscatine, 610 Maiden Lane, impactathleticperformance.fit. Scott coming on this show once a month. We're going to get physical. I might have to wear yoga pants one day. Because you know what this show's been missing is me in yoga pants. Can I show up in shorts when Scott's here? Is that like, do I have an excuse? Hey, Matt, listen, I gotta work out on the show this morning, so I'm going to wear shorts. Hy-Vee shorts, of course. And thanks to Nerea Strickland and Kayla Benefel with Lutheran Living Senior Campus, the Lutheran Living Classic Car Show. Any kind of car is fine, whether it's a classic or a new one. This Sunday at Lutheran Living Senior Campus, all proceeds from the $10 entry fees, the silent auction, 50-50, will go to purchasing a golf cart to get their residents around their campus. Bring your vehicle this Sunday, September 8th, starting at 10 a.m. Thank you for watching Hy-Vee today. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to our friends at Toyota Muscatine with the cart cam and team staffing. We'll have the team staffing job board tomorrow on this program. And I'd be lying if I said that I know who the guests are. That's how I'm feeling. I know that I have the show booked, but I forgot who's here tomorrow. But in the meanwhile, I'm just going to be reading my Seasons magazine and getting ready for NFL football. All right? Yeah, I grew up in the Chicago suburbs. Bears-Packers Thursday. That's awesome, right? And, of course, I want the Bears to win. And I talk a lot of smack. I have a lot of Packers fans in my life. My wife is a Packers fan. Her grandma lives in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. They're all Packers fans up there. I go up there, and I got to deal with Packers fans and Wisconsin Badger fans. So I talk a lot of smack. So go Bears. Thank you for watching. We'll see you live at 8:30 or on MPW cable at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. If you've joined us on social media, thanks for tuning in live. We appreciate it. And seriously, email me if you've got something going on. Get on this show to talk about it. If there's a fundraiser, charity drive, whatever the case may be, if you're doing good work, we want to know about it. Hy-Vee@gmail.com. Scott Schultz is a great example of somebody that's doing good work, improving the lives of folks with some physical fitness. And then he's also the Muscatine High School boys golf coach, which is a whole other story. We'll have to have Scott on in the golf coaching capacity and maybe bring some athletes because, like I said, we were definitely talking a lot about football, but certainly volleyball is going on and golf. It's a good time for sure. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. That's it. Goodbye, everybody.
Watching Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting rabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.